Greetings family and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. My name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. We are taking a look on a story from the council, Harare City Council. 4 employees were arraigned before the magistrates. Marewana Zogofa facing some allegations involving corruption as well as a fraud. Let us take a look onto this whole story right here. Council officials in court over $9 million scandal. This is a scandal, and it's shocking to see how our people are becoming thieves just like that. Everybody is trying by all means possible kutanga achijga achiba. 4 Harare City Council officials were yesterday arraigned before Harare Regional Magistrates Marewana Rogofa, facing a charge of criminal abuse of office involving 9,244,328. Never Murerwa 62, Jabulani Mukomazi 44, Denford Jungu 69, and Tawanda Mutenabundo 29 were remanded in custody for today for continuation of bail application. So the only young person, the youngest, is 29 years old, already involved in this scandalous situation. Murerwa and Mukomazi are employed by the city of Harare in the procurement management unit as manager, supply chain, and principal buyer, respectively. And Jungu and Mtenamundo work at council as principal accountant and engineering technician, respectively. During the material time, they were members of the tender evaluation committee for the refurbishment of streetlights on various roads within Harare. The 4 are being represented by George Nokore and Tinashe Toriro. Right. The issue about allegations is that in January this year, City of Harare embarked on a rehabilitation of street lights along the capital's roads in preparation for the 44th Southern African Development Committee Summit, which will be held next month. So this is an issue, a scandal of related to this summit, which we are looking forward to have in August. And already they've been involved in scandalous activities, scandalous criminal activities already before the day comes. Vatotanga kujika, vatotanga kuba. This is the kind of Zimbabwe we are living in, a Zimbabwe of criminals, a Zimbabwe of looters, and a Zimbabwe of everybody wanting to eat. So on January 29, the Procurement Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, PRAZ, granted a few exemptions to facilitate the expeditious completion of various key projects in the time for the summit. Consequently, on March 15, a tender was published in Government Gazette, and it was listed on PRAZ portal on March 19. So, on 20th March, Murerwa allegedly appointed the tender opening committee and included his accomplices on the evaluation committee, which awarded 4 companies the tender to rehabilitate 8 of the 10 lots. Due to lot limitation, no company was awarded more than 2 lots. Jukula Endo joint venture, a company in which Moses Mpofu is a majority shareholder, was disqualified after failing to meet the tender requirements. This is where the whole issue is. Jukula Endo joint venture, right here, JV. This is where Moses Mpofu are getting into all these scandals. It was disqualified because it didn't meet the tender requirements. However, the council workers allegedly connived and awarded the tender of the remaining lots to JV. Mutsokoti said the officials disregarded their earlier decision to disqualify JV and awarded the tender to the company whose owners also own Sinlat Private Limited, a company which in 2019 was awarded a tender for a biogas digester and failed to deliver. If you take a look on the modus operandi, these guys, they register as many companies as possible. They push these companies to tender, get money, they don't deliver, they run away. And the next time, they come again with another company and they do the same modus operandi and they run away again. So, contrary to standard of bidding document conditions, which provide that bidders who have bad records in execution of the city Harare, they are not eligible, but they went on to be given this tender despite those facts, right? Then acting on the recommendations, the city of Harare then entered into a contract with the JV and thereafter commenced the preparation for an advance payment of the contract, which is valued at 9 million. And then investigating officer Owen Mutembra opposed the bail of these people, and he indicated that Murerwa and Mukomans are close associates of Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu. So, I game remadiri, guys. Imagine if ZANU-PF people had not fallen out, were we going to know about this 9 million, which was looted from the council? This is happening under the watch of Jacob Mafume. Under the watch of Jacob Mafume, money is being looted, money is being stolen. So, Murerwa and Mukomans always bridge the procurement processes by favoring Mpofu and Chimombe to win tenders. But these people do not deliver. So the investigating officer said that there was documentary evidence which exposes Mukomans approving procurement without following procedure. He said the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission had more than 20 witnesses who had already had their statements recorded. So this is what is happening at this point in time. Another corruption scandal which involves 9 million United States dollars at the Harare City Council. And this is where Jacob Mafume is presiding over as the mayor. Yet he failed to detect this in time. He failed to stop this way in time. This is what is happening in Zimbabwe. Corruption is happening at an alarming rate and at an alarming scale. And nobody is being held accountable. Now that they've fallen out, now that they've disagreed, this is only the time we are now getting to know about all these scandals. But all along, they were quiet. All along, they pretended that all is well. What do we do as the people of Zimbabwe is what is very important at this point in time. We are getting information about corruption on a daily basis, which makes us agree that it's not any other thing which is destroying Zimbabwe except corruption. It's not an issue of sanctions as we hear from the boys on Narutendo. Sanctions were removed. Sanctions are no longer there, which means it's no longer an excuse. Now we are dealing with the real facts. Corruption is killing Zimbabwe. Corruption is destroying Zimbabwe. Corruption is milking Zimbabwe dry. This is money which could have been used for service delivery in Harare, but it's not happening. Why? It's because there are corrupt people everywhere. There are corrupt people who are determined to make sure that they continue oil their pockets whilst the masses suffer. If you take a look on the houses they are building, massive houses being built. But unoza kuti baba kana vari mbavha vana vanongodzidza kuteera mugwagwa mumwe chete uyoyo wekuba, and the whole family becomes a family of thieves. And Mai would be there to protect the interests of both the father and the children. So this is what we have at this point in time. When we talk about corruption, let us make sure that we understand the people who are involved in these corrupt activities and who has been defending them all along. If these people, the mayors, can't detect this, then why are they in office? This is something very important in Zimbabwe. We wait to see what is going to happen. This story is coming out publicly because they have fallen out with each other. But if they have, if their relationship was good, were they going to tell us about that 9 million which was looted by these criminals?